Baba. Yummy, yummy. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the King of Anime podcast, the only podcast that goes live at 8:02 p.m. on October 2nd, 2024, on a Wednesday, to talk about the summer 2024 season and give our awards. And we decide the best, we decide the worst, and we cry into a pillow. Just me?
Yeah, just you.
All right.
Just you.
Well, co-hosts, introduce yourself. Tell the viewers, as the script says, what you have been up to this week, how things are going, and who you are.
Nothing much really changed since Monday. Still doing good, still chilling. Halfway through the week. Mark, guess what day it is? It's hump day. Woo!
Oof. I need this week to be over with ASAP. I've been put through the ringer. But 2 more days, and then we get the weekend.
That's right. And tomorrow I see Korn live. That's gonna be fun. Twist.
No, I am right there with you, Satsuki. I woke up 7 this morning to work on a video. It took me until 11 to complete it, and then I did another video right after that. And I got done with it by 5 p.m., something like that. So I've literally been working nonstop.
Resettle?
We don't talk about it.
Except you do.
I think, didn't that first episode air today?
Yeah, it did.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yet.
Trayvon says, yo. What's up, Trayvon? How are things?
Hey, Trayvon. Our fans are clamoring. We just have Trayvon.
Yeah. But the award show always does the best every season for our show, so.
For sure.
Yeah, so they'll show up after the fact.
Yeah.
But if you haven't already, leave a like on the podcast, share it out with your friends, your coworkers, your best bud, your secret best bud, your girlfriend or boyfriend or both, who knows, your wife or husband, your neighbors, your neighbor's neighbors, your neighborhood, the other neighborhood, and all of the social media websites, every single one of them.
Mm-hmm.
It would really mean a lot. Also, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/King of Anime, where you only have to pay $1 and you get access to some of the greatest content ever created. We're talking about a Pokemon podcast. We're talking about Madoka Magica. Talking about drunk stories and memories. Some of the greatest content. And heck, if you're a super fan of the show, you can follow me and you, all 3 of us, and you, viewer, we can make some biskies together on Blue Sky.
Biskies.
Or die. I'm in my mood today for sayings and shit. Also, subscribe to us, bitch.
That would be nice.
Yeah. So that is that. We are going to, at the end of the show, we're going to announce all of the fall 2024 anime that we are covering. And let me tell you, you don't want to miss it because we got a lot of locks going on next season. A lot of cool stuff. So it's going to be super duper awesome. With that out of the way, do you guys want to get into the summer awards, or do you got something to say?
I got something to say.
What do you got something to say about? We're going to fight at SummerSlam?
That was it.
Oh, no. Okay.
Well, Trayvon said this day sucks. My college professor dropped me from a class without telling me. I'm gonna have to
Oh
talk to administration to get it settled.
man.
Yeah, hopefully you do get that settled. That's
Sounds highly illegal.
Uh,
it's pretty bad.
Don't you
that's
pay for
terrible.
those?
I mean, if it's college, I would assume, but the fact that they would have to have a good reason to drop you. That's crazy.
Yeah, were you like cutting people up in the back of class or something?
Were you melting people in
You know what?
some kind of solution like in Breaking Bad?
No, it's like that skit. It's like, hey, Aaron. It's like that.
Be nice.
Dude, we got a T Revan in the class. T
he,
Revan,
he couldn't find him because of the name.
bro. That happened to me. That happened to me, like real life, dude. Freshman
How do you
year of high
mistake
school.
Ben?
Well, this is funny. I don't know how you even do this, but it was a law class freshman year in high school. I guess we had that, so that was fun. Probably one of the best classes of high school that I had. But besides that, the first 2 days I showed up, and the teacher guy, former lawyer, doing a roll call and stuff, and he's like, "Tie, we got a tie here." Now the thing is I wasn't there for the first 2 days. I was only there on the third day. So he didn't know I wasn't there, but because he got the names wrong, for some reason, instead of calling me Ben, he called me Ty. I have no clue why. So I didn't go to class for those first 2 days, and I wasn't counted absent afterwards. Because he got my name wrong. So it was really funny.
Okay, Ty.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's my name, Ty.
Ty.
What's going on, Neon?
Yeah, what's going on, Neon? I saw you sent me a message with your thumbnail. I haven't been able to check it out yet, but I will soon. But yeah, are we ready to get into the summer 2024 awards?
Ready, sir.
Alrighty, let's go. I don't have any segue or graphic for this, so let's just make a bunch of noises. Hey, the summer 2024 KOA Awards! It's underway. What an amazing transition. Incredible. So, if you don't know, this is just an award show where we give awards out to the shows we usually watch this season. Now, this could be just like, not just what we watch on the show. It could be literally anything. Could be what we watch personally. Could we watch, with us or with other people that aren't us? It doesn't matter. So, let's go ahead and let's jump right into the first award, which is the Best Written Female Character Award, otherwise known as the Waifu Award. Now, this is a little bit different because this is not like the hottest character. This is not the character we want to smash. This is like the what we think is the best written, or I guess what we subjectively think is the best written. Either or will do. So, with that out of the way, Satsuki, I want to ask Satsuki first. Usually we do Satsuki second or last.
And I think I know what his is. By the way, Satsuki, love the tie. Love that you dressed
very
up for
regal.
the award.
Thank you.
Very William Regal.
All business. It's a very serious event.
Yeah. Yeah. We have millions of people watching us right now.
Or
millions.
You need to act like you have billions of people watching you at all times.
I'm already,
right.
Dude. I'm already paranoid.
Before I say mine, Trayvon said, "No, miscommunication for both of us, and I'm in a program where I'm supposed to get more time on quizzes and tests, so I didn't get what happened. That should be good. Yeah, hopefully you get it settled. Trayvon.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
That's good. I'm glad.
All right. So my waifu for the summer 2024 season is none other than Hinako from The Fable. I don't know what did you expect, DA? Did you expect that one?
Yeah, no, I was expecting you to say Holo.
I didn't pick Holo for the fact that I already picked her. I believe last
There's no
season.
rules. There's no rules of picking them again, is there?
Yeah, it's not. But at the same time, I feel like given what what Hinako did for this, it was only a little part of it, but really like this stretch of this season, I believe she impacted this arc a lot. And it comes from a show I really enjoy. So with Hinako, of course, she was a character that was everything was centered around, even though she wasn't the catalyst for anything moving forward, she wasn't like pushing things moving forward. Everything was centered around her, and that it led to Akira's guilt, which kind of humanized him. It featured Otsubo and all these other different characters. Suzuki, who wanted to look after her as like the fake brother, and it was about her growth too as a person, and her actual physical growth. And it was just a good experience to see her take that final stand. And the letter at the end of the fable was like just like a cherry on top. So that is my waifu of the 2020 summer 2022 2024 Ratchet record season.
EA, who you got for the best waifu?
I was this one myself, but I just said to myself, you know what? I gotta give her flowers. Yoko from the Fable.
Yoko.
Not only because I looked this up, is she voiced by one of my favorite voice actresses. I hope I'm saying this right. Miyuki Sawashiro. But she's just an all-around great character, which, for those that don't know, she does a shit ton of voices. She's, like, been in the industry for years. But yeah. That scene alone where she owns the other assassin single-handedly by herself without Akira's help, that became my favorite. I was just like, okay. It's kind of weird because she's kind of a bad person.
Very
She's
bad,
kind
yeah.
of, she takes advantage of people while they're drunk. I mean, is she doing anything illegal? Nah, I wouldn't say that it's illegal. Is it morally horrible? Sure. But this is a person who kind of does these things. I feel like it's from a place of just how she was raised, because we got a little snippet of her background where we kind of knew that she lost her parents young, and she got emotional because of that, and because uh we can assume that it was something tragic, because when she was talking to Akira, she was like, why you make me all sad? Yeah, I'm gonna cry because of you, I hate you, and stuff like that. So I'm definitely interested to see what her background is and where that all came from. And she can take care of herself and really doesn't need anybody to help her in a way, which some of the last episodes she did get captured because of her own doing, but she wasn't panicked at all. She definitely, even being tied up, didn't seem to bother her. But yeah, Yoko, a round of applause for Yoko.
Yoko, oh yes.
Yoko, oh yes.
Yeah, two great picks. I'm gonna double up on Satsuki here and also say Hina. I
You gonna
loved
do what to
Hina.
Satsuki?
We're gonna double up.
I feel uncomfortable.
We're gonna like two peas in a pod. Yeah, I also love the fact that they dedicated the whole second half of the Fable just to her. And God, there's so many things. I think to narrow it down, I think it's the dynamic of the supposed assailant actually being the rescuer, and her whole backstory and how tragic it was, and almost being sold into as a sex worker. That's horrible. Also, the letter at the end, once again, absolutely incredible. If you haven't seen that scene, you definitely should. Also, the rest of the series, it's incredible. And I also loved her dynamic within the Sex Pistols. I thought that she made Utsubo a pretty solid villain or antagonist, I guess, overall for the second half of Fable. And he was quite unique. I mean, Utsubo still kind of faded into the background a little bit because I think Hina just sort of was the star of the second half, along with probably Akira. And I loved at the end when she's in a wheelchair the entire season, and at the end she stood up and stood her ground and shot Utsubo and was willing to go through with killing Utsubo. That is some crazy development for a character to have, and yeah, I just I felt by the end of it that the character was so memorable and so enjoyable and just fantastic. Just a fantastic character, really, really well done. So I think that's probably my favorite written female character.
Nice.
So what do we? I guess Hino wins
Because of the double up, yeah.
unless you got like a filibuster on SEA. Yeah, break out the.
No, I think he's a great character. Absolutely good choice. I have no qualms or anything bad to say about that.
All right, right on. So, Hinako from the Fable is your best written female character of summer 2024, according to us, the arbiters of quality.
Now, Hinako, walk on over to the stage and accept your award.
Walk.
Come on down.
Wait. So does that mean Crave Slave has to crawl across the stage?
She didn't win anything, I don't think.
Well, she should have. Let me tell you, she won in my heart. Okay, and in my cereal bowl. Gosh dang it.
Oh,
Well,
shit.
next up, we have the best written male character of summer 2024, aka the Husbando Award. This is not the men we want to marry or smash or.
But it could be.
It could be. I mean, it definitely could. Hey,
Each their own.
it could be. But this is much like the best written female character. This is the either objectively best written character or the subjectively our favorite character in terms of writing. So let's go ahead and let's dive into this. EA, let's go with you first. Putting you on the spot. Who did you pick?
Okay. For me, definitely got to go with Akira. He has shown so much growth from when he first was this soulless, lifeless assassin into becoming more of a person with character. Sure, he doesn't have the facial expressions to show it. He has to learn that. Surprised, scared. Has to learn those things, but overall, I feel like the Akira of old would not have taken a grenade to the back like he did in the last bit of that season, because he found like he took responsibility for Hina, and yeah, just there's a lot to learn from him too, especially when they had that camping episode with the bear, that goddamn bear. He's definitely probably one of my favorite characters in the show. I mean, obviously the show is about him, but it makes it better that if the main character is interesting. It's weird because it's like he's interesting with what solemn we kind of like know about him. Like we know little about him, but it just, every time he's on screen, you're just like, what's he gonna do next? What's he gonna say next? Even though it's something very just, yeah, I'm gonna draw some pictures, and now I'm a working man. That's great. I love seeing stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
Akira, best boy, best husbando, best, not just of the season, but maybe of the year, in my opinion.
Satsuki, who did you select?
Honestly, I don't know if this is concrete. I'm still debating with myself on this because for me it's between Aqua and Akira. Um, I guess I'll like state why for both, and then I'll kind of like figure it out at the end.
Yeah.
So for Aqua, he's a character that obviously, if you've been watching the podcast, I wasn't a big fan of, and I probably still aren't. I'm not a big fan of him still. Um, but with just this season, they've made a concerted effort to make or to get into his plight a lot more. So whereas I felt like he came off as edgy, um, I think they explain why he acts the way he does and just uncovering his mind. Like even last episode, it went more into showing that he never had a mother growing up or he never had a father growing up. So that explains, not to say that he needed another reason to take revenge, but it shows you why he's so obsessive about that because he had that for a good amount of time, and then it was just stripped away from him. So uh, from that, from seeing how he doesn't like acting and he channels it into hate to give off the same passion that other actors may have when they show off their love for acting. He was just super interesting this season. So he is definitely a viable candidate. And EA went over Kira already. What you said about him, like not knowing much about him, but still liking him. He has like very great characterization in that you kind of you kind of know his quirks and his mannerisms and his demeanor is like it's well put together. They put it on display because it's not even like with Akira you get any like inner monologue from him or anything like that. He's a character that just speaks with his actions rather than just words said by him because he doesn't really he's not going to go on and on. He gets straight to the point. But that gets into his character who he's very blunt. But if I had to choose between Aqua and Akira, I think
Drum roll.
I think I think I want to go with Aqua.
Hey. Well, I picked for my husbando, and this should be somewhat of a surprise, but maybe not if you watch the recent episodes. I picked Aqua from Oshi no Bro. Yo. And the reasons for mine is I just really enjoyed how they delved into Aqua as a person in the last handful of episodes. It completely changed the way I thought about his character. Also, Aqua's a really interesting character where it sort of made me personally realize the effects that trauma and the different kinds of trauma and what can traumatize a person's mind in a way that also is kind of similar to my personal experiences. I don't want to say I'm like, one-to-one Aqua, but I do find that I relate to Aqua quite a bit, which is something that I've noticed quite a bit with Oshinoko in general this entire season is just me going, wow, this is like kind of like explains a part of my life 1-to-1, and in a way gives me a little bit of clarity on my own life because I'm seeing it from an artistic medium, so a different point of view. I also just love the fact that it took one episode for me going to hating him to loving him. I don't want to say he's like my favorite. Kana, obviously, still the best, but
No cap.
he's climbed up significantly. I think he's probably in my top 5 if there is a list. I imagine my list of Oshinoko characters won't be that long in the top 5, but yeah. And I don't know. I even like enjoyed the episode where they find his dead body and stuff because I just found it really fascinating that he went to the hospital and actually asked if he was, if they knew what happened to him. Just, super interesting stuff. So I guess my reasons are more personal, anecdotal even. And so yeah, I pick Aqua, which means once again, EA, your choice didn't get picked. You gotta, you're not.
I mean,
you can come. You have a rebuttal.
am I gonna come? Yes, I'm gonna very come. I mean, what can I say? Aqua, it's crazy because not just Aqua, but I feel like this whole season of Oshinoko has been like so much better than the first season. Like as a whole. So not just Aqua as a character, but I just think everyone shines. And including this whole story arc has been really nice too. Especially the play. Like that was probably the best part. So I really don't have anything to say other than Aqua did really turn from an edgy I don't know what you would call it, like a emo teenage boy to something much more relatable. So definitely congrats to him.
Yeah. Congratulations, Qua.
I want to read Trayvon's comment before we go further. He said, my favorite female this season is Chisusu?
Yeah.
Or is it supposed to be Chisuru?
It's Chisusu.
I hope not.
Is Chisusu?
Suzu. I'm looking.
Oh.
From
Kimi no Todoroke. She's like a female version of Metal Bat.
I remember
Best
this
Tomboy, by the
girl.
way.
Yo, we are gonna watch that show on KOA eventually.
Oh, it's too sweet. I hate it.
Too late.
No.
I think Satsuki would love From Me to You. That's like, if you love Fruits Basket, this is like Fruits Basket is the number 1, right? From Me to You is the number 2.
Isn't it made by the same person that did Fruits Basket? Like it looks very similar in art style.
No, that's just Shoujo. Shoujo has in that era, had a very kind of contemporary art style to it.
Never mind then.
Trayvon says, I'm surprised, but I agree. I like Aqua's progression this season. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like the biggest surprise this whole season.
Let's see how they fuck it up in season 3. If they do.
Yeah, they'll play more baseball and talk about how they had a great time doing it with you.
Aqua will get a new mom and forget about his old one. It'll be Miyako. He'll finally accept Miyako as his mother.
Mimeko? That's gonna be his mom.
Yeah.
Mimcho, I love you.
No, not
mother.
Mimcho. Oh my god.
I thought that's what you were saying.
He's gonna call him Momcho.
Momcho.
Mimcho's gonna be like, I'm 25. I can't be your mother.
I mean, she's only 10 years older than him. Wait, is he 16 or 15?
I think he's 16 now.
Yeah.
Okay, well, she's almost a decade older than he is.
I had to think about that for a minute. Trayvon says, I like Kimi ni Todake more than Fruits Basket. See, there you go. It's very good. It's very, very good. Season 3's out right now, I think. So go check out Kimi ni Todake. God damn it.
Succumb to the diabetes.
But speaking of moms, our next award is dedicated to mothers. Or, I guess not mothers. I don't know. I've been debated on this forever. But who knows what MILFs are at this point. But this is probably one of the most important awards ever made. This is the award made for me. The MILF Certified Award. Who is the best MILF of summer 2024? Why does this award exist? I don't know. I don't care. I can't remember. I can't remember who came up with this. Was it me?
It was you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, it was me. All right. Since I guess it was me, I'm going to go first this time. I nominate or pick Miyako Saito from Oshi no Bro.
There you go, see. I gave you a photo.
Oh, God. Oh, I got to find my phone.
Oh, that is definitely AI.
Yeah.
Wait, AI? Hold on, let me see this. Oh, that is AI. Oh, that is that. Yeah.
But there you go. There's your MILF.
Yeah, listen, okay. Miyako. You know, I don't know how to describe why she's the only one, honestly. That I was actually going through all the shows we watched this season, and literally this is the only one that I could find that is technically to some degree a mother.
I mean, no, she is a mother.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she basically is an adoptive mother.
Yeah. Or not a stepmom, but yeah, an adoptive mom, yeah. So yeah, she's her mothering skills seem pretty good. So
yeah, it's just like her 2 kids got irreversible trauma. That's it.
Yeah, and she's helping them through that by making them work.
Yeah,
she's helping. Yeah, putting them to work, having them go to school,
putting them in front of millions of people every day.
Yeah, so that their trauma can be just
amplified
to the world. Yeah, especially when it comes to Aqua and his crying scene.
But you know what? That amplifies her beauty, not physically, but as a person. So that's who I pick. Satsuki, who did you pick?
So I was looking through the season and I was trying to see who was even qualified to be a MILF. And Miyako definitely came into my mind, but then I realized there was somebody who I guess is officially a MILF, depending on how you look at it, or a MILF in theory. So the one I picked is none other than Holo. And the reason I picked Holo is because we get this, I don't know, flash forward thing where it seems like she's having a conversation with what seems to be her kid.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about. God damn it.
So.
God damn it, Leo.
We don't have confirmation on that, but I'm pretty sure. I think it's pretty obvious that it's Holo and Lawrence's kid.
Yeah,
so
it looks exactly like
too.
Holo. So
yeah. I was gonna go with you, C-Tactics, but then Sasuke brought up an amazing point, and I gotta give it to Holo. Holo is MILF certified. Sorry, but it's true.
Well, at least Holo wins.
Hey yo, Decrepit Storm.
Decrepit Storm, hello. We have just decided the MILF certified, which the MILF certified is Holo the Wise Wolf, also known as Holo the Best Girl.
We haven't had 3 different opinions yet. We've agreed on 2 every time.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna change here soon.
Probably.
Who knows? Who knows? So let's go ahead and get into our next award. Most disappointing. This is not like the worst show. This
Nope.
could even be a good show, even a very good show, but it's based on expectations. What were the expectations we personally had going into it, and did we feel it met the expectations when we left the show? So, EA, what did you pick?
I picked one that I guarantee you nobody watched. Not just YouTube, but nobody in general, just because the timing of it is just so awful. Anyway, it was Rick and Morty the anime. By the way, this is a real thing. It's debuting weekly on Adult Swim, and it's still going on.
Wait,
And
why is it a thing though?
that's my point. Why is it a thing?
Also, why is it not like airing this season? Seems like a perfect October show.
You
Wait,
would think.
Isn't Rick and Morty still going on?
Yes, the actual, American cartoon Rick and Morty is, I want to say this is its seventh. They just finished their seventh season, and they changed the main voice actor. So it's like they sound similar, but you could tell it's a different voice actor that does Rick and Morty's voice now. It's weird because I feel like Rick and Morty's ship has up and sailed. And what I mean by that is when it comes to a popular show on Adult Swim anymore, it's not. I mean, you'll always have the fans and you'll always have people that are, oh yeah, I love Rick and Morty. Trust me, Smiling Friends is the new hotness. When it comes to Rick and Morty is yesterday's news.
I don't want to play with you anymore.
I kid you not, somebody did a fucking meme of Toy Story where it was exactly that, where they were throwing Rick and Morty in the trash and they were playing with Smiling Friends. It was great. But it's true because I feel like it stayed on way too long. This is a show that came out in, 2014? And we're getting an anime of it now. If they needed to make an anime of it, they should have did it in season 3 when it was at the height of its popularity. Now that we're getting this, and I kid you not, because I've seen it, the animation's okay, but it has nothing to do with the series. It's basically what would happen if Rick and Morty was an anime and they spoke Japanese. And they don't do anything that's part of their character traits. They're like different people. And maybe that's the point, but I just look at it as this is a show that came out way too late.
Yeah.
And it needed to come out sooner rather than later. And
I think
but I get
years
it.
ago, at least.
Right. It takes so many years to make anime. I get it, and that's probably why it took them this long to make this. But like, I think the Rick and Morty popularity phase is over. Like, no one cares about it anymore.
Yeah, it's a legacy series now for sure.
Yeah.
So
now, if they did an anime Smiling Friends, like right now,
yeah,
it would do fucking great.
Yeah. To me, Rick and Morty's like it. It'll have its moments here and there, but yeah, it'll probably kind of just be like it'll just kind of coast because it's just not in the zeitgeist anymore. Also, the fact that it came out after the Scott Pilgrim anime, I feel like the Scott Pilgrim anime probably filled that niche, even though Scott Pilgrim is. What was originally that based off of, like a comic?
It's a comic, and then they turned it into a movie, which came out in like late 2000s.
And then a really good game.
And yeah, a video game, and then they brought it back as an anime with all the same characters from the movie, by the way, voicing their selves, which was cool.
Yeah. That's a really good pick. I didn't even know it was out.
See, that's what I'm saying. You could say this to anybody, and they'd be like, "Oh, I didn't know," because nobody cares about it anymore. It's over.
Was there any marketing? Did they even try to market it?
They marketed it on Adult Swim. I saw the stuff, but I just don't think people care about it, you know? I mean, the days of people dressing up as Rick and Morty is like non-existent anymore.
Also, why not do just an anime episode for the main show?
They did a couple of those and they weren't too bad, but they decided to take that and put it into like a 10 episode series for some reason.
Yeah,
10 episodes.
So it's a weird choice for sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of weird choices, my nomination for most disappointing is My Hero Academia season 7. I don't even think it's over yet in the anime, but and they could totally change the ending if it, if they have it or if they will. Whatever they decide to do. The facts remain that My Hero Academia's ending is really bad. It is really bad. And not only that, but season 7 is both like kind of really good on paper, but in execution is just a complete fumble at every point. And it's the thing is, it's not any major fumbles. It's not like, besides the ending, of course, but it's not like, it's like throughout, like you have Star and Stripe, who just kind of like is so fucking awesome and has no reason to exist, but is so cool. And you have like Mirko, who is also kind of like Star and Stripe, like in that same kind of like category where it's just freaking badass. And it's just, there are so many choices that they made with the ending regarding characters like Ochako and oh god, what's the main guy's villain? The white-haired guy.
Shigaraki.
Shigaraki. Yeah, Shigaraki was completely mishandled.
Wait.
Mishandled.
Did they finish that fight?
Yeah, it's done.
I'm not gonna say nothing.
It's bad. Shigaraki is bad. Also, what they did to Toga and the rest of the group that she is in, holy crap. Talk about assassinating some of your most beloved villains that people, they may be your antagonists of the series, but people loved them so much. People are expecting by the end for them to be sort of kind of like redeemed in some way, but the way they did them was so dirty. I compare the ending in some ways, like certain aspects of the ending, to the Future Diary and Akemi Got Kill. Think about those endings. Damn. And that's sort of like kind of what they did with season 7 of MHA. And I only just like picked it up right at the very end, and honestly I quite enjoyed MHA throughout most of it. But I think like after Overhaul, they just could not keep it together. It felt like Horikoshi didn't even know what he wanted to do, and it felt like when he finally figured it out, he was just coasting for multiple like filler arcs in a row. It's just I don't know what the hell was happening, and I expected a lot more out of the ending from what we actually got, because I know he can deliver to some extent. But no, he ruined this ending. Like, this is a really, really bad ending. This isn't like just a controversial ending, in my opinion. This is like all-time one of the biggest fumbled endings of this generation.
Damn.
Right up there with JJK.
Damn.
That's just me, though. Satsuki, what'd you pick?
So, as always, like C was saying with this award, getting an award at this doesn't mean that you're a bad anime. As you'll see with my pick, I can't really even discern that because I only gave it one single chance. This award is for the gap in between expectations and reality, or I guess you could say, expectations and what we perceived. Because my pick is none other than Shoshimin series,
What is
and
that?
this is you watched this EA.
I did.
This is from the Hyoka creator.
Oh, that one.
Oh, I like that.
I watched the first episode and was very unimpressed. Um, I felt it was way too boring, and with Hyoka, Hyoka is a mystery series, but a lot of the mystery is very mundane in that it's not anything like extravagant, like a murder that they're discovering, or it's never anything big like that. It's like, hey, why is this classroom, or why is there only two people in this club? Let's find out. It's like that. And it banks on not just the mystery, but the character dynamics and the charisma of the characters themselves. Like Chitanda and why am I always forget his name? Ureki?
Maybe.
Chitanda and Ureki are they just ooze off charm. Even Ureki, who was like very like, I don't know, stoic, oozes off charm. It works together because one is very high up and one is like really low. And I go into this series, and both of the main characters are kind of too similar in their stoicness. And mind, just only the first episode, so the series could have got a lot better. But my first impression from the first episode was that uh, it couldn't do with what I expected with Hyoka, with giving me characters that I was really invested in and wanted to see them solve mysteries, even if it wasn't, anything extravagant. So that is my pick because coming from the Hyoka creator, I expected big things, and I didn't get it. But it was
Fair
only
enough.
the first episode, so who knows?
I never finished it, but I watched it when I could, and it was, I definitely think Hyoko was miles better, but it wasn't terrible. It was just definitely a lot of talking and a lot of critical thinking. And maybe there are some times when that's founded and necessary, but sometimes when you just want to watch something mindless and just be entertained, you're like, I don't want to think right now. I could see that.
Yeah, so Jesus Christ. We got Rick and Morty, Hyoka,
The anime.
Hyoka spinoff thing, and My Fumble Academia.
Now, when you say My Fumble Academia, the ending of the anime was bad? Because I know you said that the ending of the series was bad.
I'm more specifically talking, I guess, about the manga ending, but
Okay.
I don't think they would change the ending in the anime. So I don't. If someone who has seen it can confirm in the chat if the ending is even out, and if it is if it's the same, it's got to be. It has to be.
It looks like episode 20 of 21 is airing in 2 days. So
Okay, so yeah, I don't think they're changing the ending because of the way the ending is. It's kind of like it's you can't turn back at this point. You'd have to like one of the first like couple of episodes of season 7, you would know they would be changing the ending. So there's no way. So I like I said, I think it's the worst ending up there with JJK.
I'll just say for me, I think I'm a roll with my hero on this one. For
Okay.
one, because I think it's funny. Two, because I know what happens with the Stars and Stripe fight specifically. I've never read it myself.
Dude, that's such a bad fight.
It
It's a
was
great
explained
fight,
to me.
but
It was explained to me when it happened in the manga, and when I heard it, I went, "What?"
Like it doesn't even.
I don't want to spoil. I don't even want to say who she was fighting or anything like that. I don't want to spoil.
It
But
doesn't even come into play ever again.
It's just it's one of those things where I'm like, ugh. So if that's a part of the anime this season, yeah, I'll go with My Hero.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. Just because Rick and Morty, the anime, is so underwhelmed, they're probably going to have to cut their losses. That studio is going to get dissolved and never be seen again after everything is done.
Let's hope not. We'll see. Rick and Morty anime, season 2.
If they make a season 2, I'd be surprised. I'd be like, God damn it, where are my other ones that need a season 2? But you give this shitty, non-existent, no one asked for anime.
Well, let's go ahead and let's move on to our next award, which is the one that got away, aka the show we wish we watched, and probably instead of Nokotan, to some degree.
No.
So I'm gonna go first on this one. I pick Nier Automata, or Automata. I played the game earlier this year to completion.
Booty bots.
I mean, just an incredible experience. If you've never played Nier, do yourself a favor, pick it up. It's like in the bargain bin at this point. You can find it like, I don't know, like at a GameStop somewhere. You could probably stream it on Game Pass or PlayStation Plus or something. Mm-hmm. Go play it. Do yourself a favor. Go play it. It's so good. It's when Platinum was firing on all cylinders. It's got an amazing story. And guys, they nailed the adaptation. They nailed it. This game was considered unadaptable, and they adapted it. And
let me see.
I think it even has like a really high score on Mal. So I even think eventually, like, I'm saying this right now, this is a future lock for Nakama Club. That's how much I want to watch this and talk about this and experience this in anime
Did they make
form.
Is this 2 seasons?
It's two seasons.
Wow.
Season 1 and season 2. It's split core, really. It's like part 1 and part 2.
Okay. So is this like the end that you saw? Like, is that the whole series, or do you think there's going to be more after this?
They could definitely do more because there's more Nier games. Nier is a spin-off of a larger game called Drakengard. So they could definitely do like a Draken. I think this probably is a Drakengard anime. There's also a prequel to Nier called Nier Replicant.
And called Close. Or no, Far.
Which is funny. There's a mod for Nier. It's called Far.
That's funny.
So that's funny. Yeah. But Nier Replicant, I think it's not called Nier Replicant. That's the remake of the first game. But that's also, from what I hear, like also really good too. Not as good as Automata, but yeah, if you're into big butts, it's definitely your thing. But if you're into something philosophically more, I don't know, deeper, more layered, and will kind of like blow your mind a little bit. And open up your mind to a whole new world of just thinking about ways stories can tell stories through their medium. Then play the game, watch the anime, and play the other games. It's really good. So that's, I'm like I said, eventually we're going to watch this on KOA. And originally, funnily enough, I wanted to watch this on KOA. But I didn't do it because I was like, oh, it's a game adaptation. Like, it can't live up to it. Whatever. No, I was wrong. It did. So that's my pick. EA, what did you pick?
I picked The Elusive Samurai. This series looked pretty damn good. I know that we kind of watched it a little bit just to kind of like get a feel of what we could possibly take over Nokotan. But I will admit, those 3 episodes that I did watch, I was never bored. The animation was stellar. Just it seemed interesting enough where it was about this prince who, instead of fighting, like he fought through just being very evasive, so essentially just dodging and running. I thought that was kind of a unique premise, and the characters seemed interesting, and I loved the shaman guy. He almost kind of reminded me of, I don't know, like a cooler version of JoJo. Not JoJo, Gojo,
Same VA.
where yeah, that's kind of why I felt it was Gojo, same VA, but I don't know. It seemed like he had a presence where he knew a lot more than what he let on, and he wasn't this weird, just kind of like blind asshole like Gojo. Because to be frank, as cool as Gojo is with his powers, he's kind of an asshole. I know the
Yeah.
ladies love him and everything, but he's a dick. But anyway, Elusive Samurai, it just looked great. The studio really did a good job. I think they only made 12 episodes. I don't know if it's going to get a season 2 or not, but uh, yeah, it seemed I might catch up on it and see how good it was, if it kept that same quality up or if it just like faltered at the end. Who knows?
Satsuki, what are you thinking?
Before I get into what I'm thinking, Decrepit Storm said, I only hear about the near anime from the production issues, but good to hear it worked out. Yeah. Good
Yeah,
for Gojo's mom.
same team that did 86. So Aniplex was fucking with them.
Oh, no wonder you love it.
What does that mean?
It all coming together.
It is. It is. I wanted to pick this because of my beloved.
To be?
It calls.
No, the other one with like whitish hair.
White hair.
A2?
You know, she leads she leads an army. You know,
A2 does that.
she's known as a white pig or whatever.
I don't know if there's any pigs in near. They all went extinct.
It's not near, damn it. It's 86. Vladilina's who we're talking about.
I'm talking about near.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you're talking about. I think you guys are trying to set me up, trying to you're trying to speed trap me. You guys are trying to fool me here.
The only fool I see here is you. No, I'm kidding.
Breathe if you love Ladalina. There you go.
God damn it.
So I guess that means Sasuke wins.
Well,
Oh wait, you didn't even pick yours. I'm sorry.
it's going to win because my pick was also Elusive Samurai, ironically,
there you
but the
go.
one
Oh,
that got
nice.
away. Yeah. Yeah, not really much to say. Not really much to add with it. I thought it was interesting premise. And like given the given the premise of it and given like the setting, I thought the tone was also very interesting to that show because it went into some dark elements, but it also had like this odd comedic, lighthearted tone to it, which if you're talking about samurai, you're talking about like the Warren states and all of that, you usually is going to be taken with a serious tone. Um, but yeah, this one was kind of wacky,
Mm-hmm.
which again, it made it a lot more intriguing. Still trying to be, or still having some historical accuracy, but doing it in a cool way.
Yeah, I watched the first 3 episodes of Elusive Samurai and I liked it. I wasn't hooked by it though. So I didn't really continue watching it. But I have watched it. It was good. It's very well animated. So Elusive Samurai is the one we wish we watched instead of Nokotan. All right.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
Oh no! And then she just get they get hit with random pieces of fucking wall and door
That's how my door broke.
because
Yeah.
because Noko-tan walked through it.
Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and get into the most overrated show of the season, Thigh Meat, in dedication to one of the most overrated anime of all time, Gridman. Of course, the Thigh Meat Award, named after Rika Takarada for her insane thighs with her skirt that I don't know how that skirt worked, but it covered something. I don't know what it covered. Not her thighs. So this is the most overrated show of the season. EA, what do you have? What do you have here?
For me, I have Suicide Squad Isekai, and really the only thing I saw of that was that there was a little bit of hype behind it as far as, ooh, it's an anime, it's based off a comic book, Suicide Squad, ooh, it's gonna be interesting, gonna be unique. It wasn't. it, it was very much the run of the mill, and I maybe watched a couple minutes of it. I watched clips here and there, but I don't know. I really wasn't impressed by it, but I feel like it had a little bit of a following. I don't know about now. I mean, isn't this a series that came out on Netflix with like all 10 episodes or whatever?
It was like a batch. They did it in like batches, I think. Like
Yeah,
they released the first 3 episodes like immediately.
yeah, the hype definitely died down after a while, and I couldn't tell you if there's any fans behind this whatsoever that are like, "Oh yeah, Suicide Squad Isekai, that was the best anime of the year." No, not a single person, and that was mine.
Satsuki, what did you pick?
So wait, before there's video evidence, Satsuki, don't try to deny it. I don't know what I'm trying to deny. But I didn't do it, I swear. Um I didn't pick anything.
I think he's talking about the door.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. I didn't pick anything because I look through the season, usually I try to pick something even if it's not like a bit discrepancy between, because like for this award I always see it as what's my expectations versus what I perceive everybody else's expectations, or like how other people viewed it, if there's like a gap in between that. And yeah, looking at the season, I don't really think anything could be, I would classify anything as overrated, because I mean, like, Nokotan has the score that I would expect that it would have on my anime list. It's like a low 7, which I think that's an appropriate score for that show. Um, what else? Oshinoko, I didn't look at the score, but I think it's like 8.5, something like that, which I think is appropriate for it as well. The Fable, interesting enough, because I just checked it, it has a straight 8 on my anime list,
Really?
which that is great.
That is
It
great.
definitely didn't have an 8 during when it was airing.
Oh
I know
hell
that.
no.
You know, for a show that doesn't have, I wouldn't even say good animation. It doesn't even have good animation.
Does
For
it
it to
even
get an
have
8,
animation?
It's decent at most.
to have an 8 is pretty great. Like, that just shows you the story was really, really good.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I mean, the Fable has a higher score than I would think people would give it. So I don't think I have anything for this award. Usually I try to force things, but I don't think there's any place for me to even attempt it.
Nothing is taking over the awards show again.
Damn. Uh I nominated Suicide Squad Isekai. I watched the first 4 episodes of this piece of shit. I also did a video on it. I think this is most overrated because there was a lot of hype and marketing put into this. WB all over their Suicide Squad kick with that smash hit. Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. Did you know,
Such a great game.
Just yesterday, season 2 of that game launched, and it had an overwhelming amount of people coming back to it. It had 294 people. Just that's more than what KOA gets. You can't get more than that. That's a crazy number.
294. Oh, we got to get this season 2. Hey, where's everybody?
So
we need to merge the fans of Suicide Squad Isekai and Morbius fans.
Oh.
Merge them all together and reopen like do like a Barbieheimer thing where like you hype up both of the series next to each other, just air it at the same theater.
Oh my gosh,
we need it.
I hate
that. Would be funny.
It's gonna be the most indie movie theater ever. No lines for anything.
Right. Just like what they did with Morbius. Re-release it in theaters. We'll watch it. We weren't there that weekend. We were sick.
We were busy.
And then they re-release it. Oh, you met this weekend? We met the other weekend.
The fact that they actually did that is so funny. So if for anybody not in the know, like for Morbius, it was like this series that people kept trolling, saying that they liked the series. I never seen it myself, so I can't speak towards the quality. But most people didn't like the series, and then there was like a petition because it bombed. But there was a petition for it to re-release in theaters, and people, of course, were trolling. But they were saying that, oh, we didn't show up to the theaters because we were busy that weekend. And then they actually did it, and then nobody showed up again.
It's like, that's what you get for listening to these trolls.
Yep.
All I know is, because I haven't seen it either, but the movie has the quote, "It's Morbin time." That's all you need to fucking know.
No, I don't think that's a real quote.
I mean, if it is, I'd believe it.
Was that movie... Like, didn't that movie have an AI script? I've heard so many things about this film. I don't think any of them are true. I don't even know what the fuck Morbius is. What it's even about?
He's supposed to be a DC character.
I thought it was something like Matrix related, honestly.
No, that's Morpheus, not Morbius.
I know, but that's how much I don't know about it.
Right. All I know is that it's supposed to be within that universe because, superhero movies aren't dying or anything.
I think there needs to any like Jared Leto led comic book film should immediately be boycotted.
Anything Jared Leto led should be immediately discarded and never given time again.
Thrown in the trash.
What speaking of Suicide Squad Isekai, they modeled the Joker after the Jared Leto Joker. The worst Joker.
Yeah.
And you know what? He looks like a cross between I don't know. I don't even know what he looks like, honestly. He's stupid.
So they were basing the anime on the actual the movie.
Is the movie, yeah.
Oh,
that's what they based it off of. But it's remember that Avengers game they came out with that had all the Avengers that were it was instead of Tony Stark, it was like Timmy Stark. Timmy Steve or whatever.
Instead of Thor, it was Boar. Yeah, I remember.
That's what this was. The only character design that was any good was Harley Quinn, and she was okay.
Here, I'm ready, guys. I'm the Incredible Huck.
The Huckster.
I'm the Huckster. I'm Captain South America.
Captain Brazil.
Captain Brazil. What else is there? Black Widow. It's gray tarantula.
We need Nickel
Brown
Man instead of
recluse.
Iron Man.
Nickel Man. It's like, no, my suit is melting.
Fucking, they just throw in Chainsaw Man in there.
I mean, he would make the show a lot more interesting.
What? You be
For sure.
way better.
Absolutely. But yeah, I guess Isekai
Yeah.
Suicide Jared
Yeah.
Leto man wins.
Also, can I just say the animation was horrible? It was so fucking generic. There is no reason to watch this. It doesn't even have any like. The only things you should be watching from Suicide Squad Isekai is the openings and endings. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's crazy because like there's better animation with legit Marvel and DC animated
In another world, my
IPs.
smartphone was a better Isekai than Suicide Squad.
That's sad.
It's nonsensical. It's fucking nonsensical. I don't get it.
Ridiculous.
So fuck you, WB, for shelving movies for tax reasons, you idiots.
And fuck you for killing Batman in the Suicide Squad game with what's his face's last role as Batman.
Yeah.
Whoa,
What was
yay.
his name? Leroy Jenkins or whatever?
No. The man, the myth, the legend. Also, Satsuki, you weren't ever gonna play it.
Well, not now.
It's not worth playing.
No, I was going to play it. I was going to play it.
You know what's
Were
funny?
you really? I'm sorry.
No, I wasn't.
You know what's funny?
Okay. I'll tugging at my heartstring, man.
Suicide Squad Isekai and Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League are basically the same plots, and they both have basically the same issues. It's terribly
Conroy.
generic and horrible.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League sounds like a fan fiction idea.
Yeah.
Like it would be really
It
cool if they killed like all the strong characters they shouldn't have any business killing.
And it's
Right.
literally basically an isekai. So it's just, and if you're gonna, the thing is they didn't even full commit. They didn't even commit at all. They just wanted to call the game that so they could get people to buy it. They didn't kill anyone.
Yeah, and it was, they already had a successful franchise with the Arkham games. And it's like, oh, it's Rocksteady.
Ruined Rocksteady for this
Yeah,
game.
I wouldn't be surprised if this fucking tanked their company.
Especially after
game.
no, EA Season 2 of Kill the Justice League. 294 players. Dude, they are, you know how much money they're making?
Just look at them.
They're all in one
Gotta
lobby
get a magnifying
together.
glass.
They're in there somewhere. Hello.
It's me. I'm playing. Hey,
Oh, there's one guy. I heard him.
I'm playing Green Lantern. I really like that guy. He's Green Lantern, right?
Mission accomplished.
The shark guy is called Green Lantern, correct?
The shark guy.
Tony
Land
Tiger,
shark.
is that his name?
It's land shark.
Next up is the favorite moment award. This is just our favorite moment overall. The thing we loved the most. That's our favorite, most subjective. So Satsuki, what was your favorite moment of the season?
I'm glad you asked. I was excited when this episode aired. I feel like people should know what my favorite moment was because it was peak happiness for Satsuki this season. My favorite moment was basically the true introduction of one of my favorite characters of Hoshino Ko, Abi Cole, aka Abi Gold. Because I mean, it was already surprising what happened last. I called it her true introduction because she was already there, but we only got to see one thing from her in that last episode. But when she said she, wanted the whole script rewritten, it was like a real shocking moment. Like, what? Especially given they tried to it was definitely the author's intention to make her very unassuming because you look at her appearance and she just looks like a cute little gnome or something. And then she's just, super aggressive, like, this is mid, redo it.
Everything.
But no, I appreciated her character. I guess it's not a favorite moment, but um, yeah, that whole episode just it reeked of the a mangaka showing us the pride of a creator, and I really appreciated that because she definitely came off as arrogant, came off as standoffish, which was the point. But I like the perspective of someone taking so much pride in their work that they didn't want anybody to ruin it, and it led to them redoing Tokyo Blade, of course, with some help. But no, Abiko's true introduction was my favorite moment this season, I think.
Then, of course, at the end, when she sees the finished project and everybody comes out to do bowing, she's just bouncing up and down, just clapping.
Yeah.
She's so happy at that point.
I liked Abiko as well. She also had the same thing going on that Powie had. She never took showers.
What?
Yeah, remember that?
Well, I remember Power not taking showers, not wiping her ass, and being absolutely covered in blood and feral, disgusting.
And she
But
was
I-
racist.
I don't
Right.
remember Abiko not taking showers. This
Right.
is the same. This is the same girl that
Yeah,
was
she
like
said it in that one
brushing.
episode.
This is the same girl that was brushing her teeth with two toothbrushes.
Yeah, remember she said it in the episode. She's like, oh, and I don't take showers all the time, or
I
something.
don't
like that.
remember that.
I think I remember that, but I think that was
It's like her and
more
some other
on a
person.
deadline, when she was on a deadline. That I
Yeah,
can kind
yeah.
of understand.
Yeah, I think
But
you're
at
right.
least
Yeah.
she had some hygiene.
No, she had double hygiene, and then she had double unhygiene.
Oh my god.
She does everything in twos.
She has 2 bars of soap and gets both her pits like that.
She wears soap holsters when she goes to take a shower, like gun holsters.
Just calls them draw.
I'm gonna go next. My favorite moment was any moment Holo the Wise Wolf, aka Holo the Best Girl, was on screen in Spice and Wolf. Just an absolute incredible god. I was gonna say human, but can't. Just great. I mean, how could you not want to lay your head on her fluffy tail? And so many people agree with me on that sentiment. It's getting a
furriness.
season 2.
We know what you are.
Yeah, we know what you are and what you did.
What did I do?
What didn't you do?
What didn't you do, good sir?
Listen, I stand up for the people that need to be stood up for, and that person is Holo. Okay?
I don't think she needs any help.
Listen, none of you know what you're talking about. EA, you go next.
Well, my favorite moment really didn't have anything to do with anime, but it was during this season. And it was being able to go to San Diego Comic-Con for the first time ever in my life. That was an amazing moment because these tickets are literally hard to get. Like, you have to get into a random draw queue just to even try to get tickets. And I was lucky enough to get them. And then me and my family drove all the way to San Diego. Went there, got to see everything that it had to offer, and it was just beautiful. Just absolutely just wonderful time. The weather was great. I got like free stuff. I got that Cowboy Bebop poster thing from San Diego Comic Con, which was cool. But overall, Hope to go back again next year because San Diego Comic-Con was a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Well, you know what? I think my new favorite moment is EA's favorite moment. Because I am glad he got to go to San Diego Comic-Con.
The international, world famous.
I mean, that's a bucket list kind of thing for some people.
Yeah, it sure is.
What do you think, Satsuki? You're gonna challenge EA on his dreams?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
You know what? I will. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it, EA.
Okay. Okay, I'm afraid what you're gonna say.
I don't care that you went to Comic-Con.
Thank you.
I don't know if y'all remember or y'all seen that video. Have y'all seen that video? The guy who said, "I'm gonna say it. I don't care that you hurt your elbow."
I don't remember that one. I don't think I've seen that one.
I'm gonna show you the video, but no, we can go with that one. It's definitely the best moment.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, instead of our favorite moment, we now have the worst moment of KOA. This is like you can like people are when we get like really mega famous, like Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. We're gonna have people that are gonna take these segments, clip them out, and make like drama videos on them, like clickbait. We're gonna get like Destiny is going to like debate all three of us at one time.
Oh, I have seen this video.
So yeah, this is the worst moment. Satsuki, what was your worst moment?
Whew.
What is that whole video? Why is that even popular?
That's just funny to me. He made it so dramatic. He made it so dramatic.
Look,
I'm gonna say
it. I don't care that you hurt your elbow. Then he turns around slowly and continues doing his work. And then people are like, "Oh no, he said it."
He just said a slur in a public.
He just said elbow. Oh my god.
Damn. He's turned into a monster. Oh, my pick for my worst moment is so many moments. But if I had to pick one, no, because this wouldn't be a moment. Let's call it the worst mistake. I'm gonna change the award for me. The worst mistake. The worst mistake was the creation of one character, and that being one Reen from Midori days.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's a good one.
Oh my god, yeah.
What a joke of a character. Like I don't even, like, oh my god, it was just so much bad with her. I understand what they're trying to. I feel like Reen is just a relic of that type of comedy. We've seen this type of comedy where they'll have and it still exists where they'll have like the girl beat up on a guy and it's supposed to be funny because it's like, whoa, a strong girl, oh my god.
Violence.
But, yeah, so it's like that trope, but they amplify and make it worse because she has almost no redeeming qualities. And when I'm not exaggerating, this is not just like me just talking shit. I don't think she had anything about her character that made me go, man, you know what? I may not like Reen, but she did have that going on for her. She stole her brother's money, gave him bad advice, basically tried to entrap him into being seduced by a little girl. There's nothing good about her, and drowned him.
Right. She killed him at one point.
Yeah. So that's my worst mistake of the season.
EA, do you want to go together on this one?
I think so. I think
we
we need to bow our heads and just
Right.
there was a great loss that happened this season, and we gotta show some respect. We gotta let the people know that this was by far the worst moment that happened this season. See Tactics, do you want to give the gory detail?
Well, on a recent episode of KOA, and this is graphic language I'm about to use. So if there's any children, or just in general people under 4'11", you may want to ask them to leave the room. But for the 4'11 people, you can throw them. They're not people.
What?
Satsuki's door breaking.
We
Has
saw
to
it happen
be
live.
the worst moment of KOA this season. This was heartbreaking, okay? This door was minding its own business, and gravity had decided to go into business for itself. And as Satsuki turned the knob and opened the door, came off his hinges, we all shrieked. We cried. We gasped. We sighed. And we're still mourning the loss of... I think the door is fine, but we're mourning the moment.
It's fine.
It's a traumatic moment we went through.
That's not the real door. I remember the door. That ain't the door.
Now, EA, we can't get into conspiracy theories, okay?
No. That door is not the same.
You had to let it go.
Look at its eyes.
You had to let it go.
Look at its eyes. Look at the smile.
Hey, don't say it.
I miss you, door. But yeah, Decrepit Storm,
Yep.
you are right. It's because Sasuke found out he wasn't the father.
Damn. Well, at least I'm not a deadbeat. Wait, was I excited when I ran out, or was I? No, I was distraught.
You are not the father. I am distraught. Yeah, that's right, Decrepit. That door is clearly CGI. You can put your hand right through it.
It's a crisis actor.
It's a crisis actor.
Damn.
Well, that is the worst moment of KOA this season, was Satsuki's door breaking. And do we know if Satsuki actually broke the door? Satsuki, can you give us some deets on that? What happened here?
Nothing happened. My lawyers told me not to expand upon.
We know the truth. We know the truth.
Oh,
we know what happened to that door.
Yeah, we can't. Conspiracy theories. You're gonna.
I'm calm.
Okay.
I'm calm.
Okay.
Calm.
All right, Satsuki. This is your award.
Oh, it is the Mirai Zora Award. What we look forward to the most going into the next season, so the fall season 2024. I guess I'll start this off by saying what I look forward to next season the most is none other than Resettle Season 3. It is already out. I already seen one screen cap and it focuses on a character I've been very excited to see get more focus, which is none other than Priscilla Barriel. So, it's gonna be something. It's gonna be something. I'm pretty sure. So, that is what I look forward to the most. What about you, C Tactics?
This was a toss-up for me between Uzumaki and Dandadan. Obviously I'm excited for Uzumaki because it's Uzumaki and it's really good. And I've seen the first episode. The same can be said for Dandadan. I've seen the first 3 episodes of Dandadan in theaters. And that's why this made this such a hard choice because both are so extraordinary. I think while Uzumaki, it's kind of like the first adaptation of Junji Ito being actually good, and it just being so beautiful. One of the most beautiful anime you'll probably see this year. At the same time, Dawn to Dawn makes me feel so happy when I watch it. It has this effect on me where whether I'm reading or thinking about it or watching, the trailers or whatever, it brings me back to those times when I was a kid and I would watch. I had I think it was Ghostbusters, the first Ghostbusters film on VHS. And for a short period, I mean, it was probably just like a couple days, but it felt like a month for me, where I would just put that tape in and watch it and then rewind it and watch it again. It just makes me feel like I'm back there again, And while I love Uzumaki, I love Uzumaki so much, I read Uzumaki for the first time when I was 1 a.m. in bed. And I was so excited to read it, I would only read it at night. And the same thing with the anime. I watch it before I go to bed. Because it sets the mood really well, watching it at night and all that. And I don't mind. That's how much I love it. But Dawn to Dawn it just fills me with so much joy. I love the series. I love the characters. And it's something new. It's something different. It's something unique. It's the combination of ghosts and paranormal and aliens. That's a really unique combination. And I think all the characters are just really fun. And I think it takes a lot of elements from some of the best elements from a lot of other properties and does them really well. So also the animation is just, it's otherworldly. It's otherworldly great, and they picked the right studio to do this show, because in future seasons it's going to get insane. It's going to get really insane. So can't wait for Dawn to Dawn. I think that's the one I'm looking forward to the most this season, at least today, in this moment.
Yeah.
I guess for me, Uzumaki. And it's mainly because of the fact that you guys hyped up Junji Ito quite a bit. Never read anything of his, never even watched anything of his, but I was told not to watch anything of his, just to read. So when I heard from UC that you said that this was the best adaptation, I got a little bi-curious, and I decided to watch the first episode right before I went to bed, and that was a mistake.
That's what everyone says when they watch Uzumaki. I'm like, it's fine for me.
Well, I'm so happy for you. For me, I was just like, I won't get too into it because I know we got 3 more episodes to watch, and we'll talk about it when we have it. It has its own special on KOA, but just mouth open, eyes focused, just watching everything that's being displayed, and also just, I don't know, just absolutely just cringe, and not in like a bad way, but just like, I'll just say the one scene with the grandma and the fingertips. I had to look away. I had to go, oh, what the fuck? And I watched some pretty crazy shit, but that scene alone was holy. And it's been a long time since anime's done that to me. So, and I can only imagine it gets worse from here. And by worse, I mean more freaky deaky.
Oh, you don't have a clue.
Oh, I don't. And that's why I'm like, all right. Well, I guess I'll have to wait and see what happens. And I agree. The animation looks stellar. literally took the studio 5 years to fucking make, and it shows. And it's literally a manga come to life. Insane.
Well, there you go. I think we have 3 different answers.
That's told Mie EA. That's another Junji Ito work. That's my favorite from him. Even though I think Uzumaki is better, but that one's my favorite.
Okay, interesting.
So I mean, it's Dandadan, Uzumaki, and Risero. What do we?
Well, to be honest, my second most is Risero. And I only say that just because I stuck with it for so long. Even though the second season was very lackluster, I feel like this season looks like it's going to be way better than the second season. So that'd probably be my other pick, to be honest.
Well, there you go.
Mm.
I think that means for the first time in like 5 years. I don't want to say it. Someone else say it.
Say it, Sasuke.
The winner of the Mirai Zora Award is none other than Resettle Season 3. Welcome back, Subaru.
Next award is a philosophical one. It's one you feel in your bones, in your soul, in the essence, the ethereal essence of your consciousness. The award that is dedicated to none other than the beauty of their hometown. None other than Nezuko Kamado. We're talking about the award. Now, this award is a little complicated. Yeah, thank you, Nezuko. You're welcome. This award, we don't know what she means when she says that. So we're kind of like trying to, we think we know what it means. And we all have our different interpretations of what it means. So this award can basically just be anything. And I choose to go first. I think the winner of the award for summer 2020, thank you, Nezuko, for chiming in again, is our Pokemon podcast on KOA Plus. It's only $1, y'all. Only $1. It is one of the funnest podcasts I've done in years. Talking about Pokemon. I thought going into it, I would just be like, well, I don't know much about Pokemon. But no, it was, we all had things to say and experiences to share. And it really shows that Pokemon, even though, are we all millennials?
Yeah, I'm a millennial for sure.
So different eras of millennials, we'll say. We all have some sort of Pokemon story from some different era of Pokemon. So yeah, that's my nomination.
Are we a lock for the SpongeBob one?
Oh, I'm down for SpongeBob.
I'm 100% down for SpongeBob.
Yeah, I like doing podcasts where I don't have to actually watch stuff. I could just talk about it.
Yeah, and I feel like all of us have a great connection with SpongeBob. That's going to be a future podcast, by the way. So definitely get that Patreon subscription ready for that $1 because we will be talking about it.
My leg.
Oh, my leg.
Don't you have that, see, as a soundbite?
Oh yeah, I do. It is right here, right next to my leg.
We got to talk about the best unnamed characters in SpongeBob because there are some pretty great unnamed ones.
For sure. There's that guy. There's I can
You
explain.
And
There's that guy.
the super aggressive one.
Where's my drink?
The blue one too. Big meaty claws.
Yeah. They have a lot of good side
Chocolate?
characters.
Chocolate?
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
Just over aggressive for chocolate. He's so angry, but he wanted to buy it.
My drink. How am I supposed to eat this without my drink?
The worst character in history.
Yeah, I hate him. Everybody hates him.
Whoa, wait, whoa, what is this in the comments? What does it say right here? Decrepit Storm says, I like the part where C said his favorite Pokemon was Lena. That's not true.
Bro, I like that part too.
Yeah, that was a very interesting part. I was like, do we want to tell him that that's not really a Pokemon? And Sasuke's like, just let him say it.
That didn't happen. Listen, if you pay $1, you can see the proof. Just saying.
Bold and brash. More like belongs in the trash. That show has so many fucking quotes. We could literally talk for hours about the quotes.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
Yep.
I think I have that
That
on
guy
my
too.
server. Hold on. Do I have that one? No, I thought I had it. Never mind. Damn it.
EA, what do you nominate for the award?
Mine's a very interesting one. It was one that I kind of learned that particular podcast that we were talking on. I found out what a scaly is.
Hey.
That was one of those where you kind of threw Burb under the under the bus. There, you're like, yeah, this man Burb, he knows all about scalies. And then he came in late, and we're like, dude, what's a scaly? And he kind of informed us as to what a scaly was, and I just said, huh, I never knew that. I knew furries, and I found out what a scaly was. It's just very very unique, so to speak. So you could say my award is the scaly, what a scaly is, finding out what it is.
Condolences.
Yeah, my eyes are
Satsuki,
ruined.
do you have any sort of traumatic experience you would like to share with us?
No,
Okay.
but I do have a pick for the award. And that is the complacent or complicit bartender in the Fable, aka one of the greatest characters in the Fable. I don't know. I just like the fact that we don't know this guy's name, and for whatever reason, he has this idea, or he narrates Yoko's dealings with other men drinking in a bar as if it's like some boxing match. He'll go, "It's the day that Yoko finally gets trumped by him. Ah, that was a bad move, little Kawaii-san. You gave in too early. Yoko wins again."
He's like a silent commentator.
Yeah. It's just Yoko's interactions with them. The funny part about Yoko and him is they never had a conversation, but they have this weird understanding of each other. She just goes, "Hey, hey, you know what to do." Just like, damn it.
She literally just stares at him, and all of a sudden he's just like, I got you.
They're like low-key best friends.
Probably.
Also, he's kind of like playing his own side too. He's just trying to stay out of it as much as possible. To a degree.
He tries to stay neutral in it. Like whenever the guy she was going out with, I'm pretty sure his name was Kawhi or something like that.
Why Leonard?
Yeah, Kawhi Leonard. And he tried to give Yoko a strong drink while he drunk something that wasn't strong, which had terrible implications, by the way. But he was like, no, I can't do this. He gave him the same drink, and then Kawhi drunk. He was like, "What the hell, man?" He was like, and he didn't say this out loud, but he was like, "No, I must even the playing field." He's great. He's great.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That fucking guy, Mr. Fat Ass from Danganronpa.
Yeah. Yes. I got it.
You know, I'm kind of biased to say the Pokemon podcast, but what do you guys think?
I did like the Pokemon podcast. That was fun because I got to show all my wonderful Pokemon stuff from when I was really young, and I still have them. And yeah, you kind of said it too. See, you were like, EA's reverted back to a child, and I'm like, I really am because I was excited showing each and every one.
Yeah, that was really fun. I love seeing the Burger King stuff. That was such a. I finally, after 20 something years, finally knew what those things were from. Finally.
Yep.
And why I had so many of them. Not so many, like 3. But let's go ahead. We're heating up now. These are the final 2 awards for this season. We have probably the 2 most important awards in existence right now. So we have to. This is some serious business, all right?
We gotta think now.
We gotta actually apply ourselves. This is.
I can't do it.
Sasuke, calm down. Pull yourself. Hey, pull yourself
Sasuke,
together, man.
Take the ivermectin. It'll make everything better.
Damn it!
Pour the Dasani on your hand. Do it.
Pour the liquid on your hand. Oh, there you go.
All right, I'm good.
Okay. Makes everything better.
This is the King Nothing Award. No, we're not dedicating an award to Metallica. No, but that is a good song.
Oh, I
Very
thought.
good song.
Never mind.
This is, of course, the X-Arm Award of Excellence. This is the worst show of the season.
Damn.
I'm once again going to go first on this one. Because I've already said it before. Suicide Squad Isekai. This thing was a hunk of bullshit. That's what this was.
No cap.
This thing was so cynically made to cash in and try to ride some sort of imaginary wave that WB has in their heads about Suicide Squad being the Avengers of DC. No, it's not. It had one good movie. Okay? That's it. And the only reason it was good is because James Gunn wrote it. That's it. And you just needed the one thing. But no, they gotta turn it into a product line. And you know what? Every time they've done it, it's all been shit, one way or the other, and deserved. Because Suicide Squad Isekai it's unoriginal. It has no good aspects about it besides the opening and ending. It's just people. It felt like the people that were in charge of like deciding, like the producers were like from WB came over and like, yeah, do the anime girl Harley Quinn thing. Do that thing. Just make them look as generic as possible. I don't know. I felt like nobody knew what they were doing making this anime. It felt like nobody wanted to make the anime. You know what it felt like? It felt like something to give their employees a monthly paycheck for a year. They're just cashing in. We're doing the work just to survive.
It was right. It was like we got to fill a quota. We either got to do this anime or get no money.
Yeah. You get the anime or close down the studio. Guess we're doing Suicide Squad Isekai. Fuck. It's probably what it was like at the studio. So that's my pick for King Nothing. I do believe this is probably the worst anime of the season. But who knows? Satsuki, what do you think is the worst anime of the season?
Before I say that, suggestion. Given that it's October,
Yeah.
I think I think our next. Actually, no, this is perfect. It's October. We could talk about Uzumaki like near Halloween. But my suggestion was going to be like we do like some Halloween special type thing for
That'd
the
be fun.
Patreon.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
I wanted to say it because I know I was going to forget it later if I didn't say it now. But X Arm Award of Excellence, King Nothing. For me, it's going to be a show I never even watched myself, but I know it's not good. Because originally, what was I going to pick? Or what did I think of? I thought of Nokotan first. And then I thought of the VTuber anime. And then I went, no, there's something worse than this. It's an anime that's low-key like slipping under the radar, but that people aren't realizing is actually the worst anime of the season. And that anime is none other than Fat Elves.
Oh, the one that Burb really was into.
And
Or may still
I
be
kind of
into.
mentioned something about it too, but
I thought that was like last
yeah.
year for some reason.
No, that was this season, and it was pretty bad.
Never seen it myself because I wasn't interested in it, but I know that show's not good.
Yeah, it's basically a fetish anime. You know, there's a girl with big boobs but is fat and a big ass and really tall muscular ogre. Just name every magical fantasy character and make them fat and try to make them lose weight. That is Fat Elf in a nutshell.
You got to get on that Ozempic.
It's
That
like
Wegovy.
with those shows, it'll maybe have like some type of premise that make it'll make you want to go into it, but it'll start to. I mean, it's kind of like Nokotan in that way, right? Where like the premise makes you want to get into it, and then you actually see it, and then it kind of the novelty just wears off. It happens a lot with those type of shows. Because I mean, Ellie also watched it, and I think he didn't like it either.
Watched it?
I'm pretty sure he did.
The fuck?
I don't know if he
Ellie?
finished it.
I mean, it was because of the elf with the booty. I get it. I mean,
Wait, Ellie
we all
is
want to.
into elves?
Yeah.
I
There
thought
you
he
go.
would hate elves.
No, he's not
that.
me.
I want to say Zatsuki hates elves. Ellie loves them.
I've just assumed for all these years. What has my life become?
What am I supposed to do? What do I do?
Yeah, it's pretty awful though. But yeah.
What do you got, EA?
I have Ilya sometimes hides her feelings in Russian. Two things you need to know. Yes, two things you need to know about this series. She's a Sundura. So there you go. It's already awful. And there's incest. So there you go. It's even worse.
Is Reznov in it? Mason! What do the numbers mean, Mason? We must go and collect the keys, Mason.
No, he doesn't make an appearance that I
Yeah.
saw. He but yeah, she's a Sundura and she's like, I'm popular and I'm pretty, and that means I get to treat people like shit just because I'm popular and I'm pretty. But the person that she treats like shit, she secretly likes and goes, "Oh, Russian." Which is like, why does she say it? Why not?
Is that what she said?
Well, I can't. I don't know how to speak Russian, but she says it out loud, and I'm thinking, why not just think this to yourself? Why do
It
you
will
have to
come
say it
Нет.
in Russian? Why do you have to speak any words to like make this guy think that you're fucking with him or whatever? But I don't know. It's just so stupid. And then, like I say, yeah, there's a character where, well, I think it's the main guy character, and her sister wants his dick. She wakes up early in the morning, said, "Rise and shine, brother," and grabs his cock. It's like, what?
I think
Huh?
I think incest kind of makes it a de facto, right?
Oh, to
Yeah.
win this?
I mean, we all lose, but one's got to win, and I think incest is lose-cest.
But isn't incest wincest though? Some people say that.
Well, those people are probably without any siblings. I would imagine.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like the Russian girl anime, I mean, I've never seen a lick of it. I kind of, with me and that show, it's not that I dislike it because I've never seen it. But it's kind of like I didn't like how some of the like big sites were covering it, like some of the Twitter pages, because they were in that, like how, they'll promote a show, right? They were promoting that show by like showing the girl's feet and stuff like that, and then
Mm.
showing like some of the incest, or the incest sister. I don't know if it's actual incest in there, but I know like the sister is like, on that timing, like the bro con trope. And they were promoting the show by showing those screen caps, so it kind of turned me off that show. But like, if I were to guess what goes on in the show, it's probably just another one of those, isekai rom coms with a spin on it, you know. So it's I feel like it wouldn't be bad if I watched it. I feel like I would probably just go, oh, this is another one of these, and another one of these rom coms.
The Greppa Storm said, "Yesterday I said to somebody, English, English, English." I will admit though that freaking Fat Elf anime was pretty bad. Like it was it was so bad they couldn't even fill in a full episode, which was like usually 24 minutes. The episodes were a half. So it was like 12 minutes.
Yep.
So for something to be even half the length of a regular show and still suck, that takes a lot of effort.
Half the length, twice the ass.
Half the length, twice the ass, all the suck. So I think I'll give it to Fat Elf.
Is the manga completed? Oh, it is. It went on for 5 years.
That's impressive.
Travesty, more like. Final award of the evening. Of course, this is none other than the King of Anime Summer 2024 award. As EA was doing, we are giving our salute, final send-off to some of the best anime. Technically, if you are even nominated and on this list, you might as well be a winner, because that means we really like you, and we want you to have sequels, or at least finish your story.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, I know what EA and me picked, but I think I'm gonna go with Satsuki first because he's the only one I don't know. And if it's the same thing that we picked, then I cry.
What do you think?
Oh, definitely Fat Elf.
Damn it.
It was the worst and best. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
I think he's gonna pick. I think he's gonna pick Rick and Morty the anime. I'm just saying.
Are you guys looking at my notes?
I'm sorry. No. In all seriousness, no. He's probably gonna pick Spice and Wolf.
Well, my pick for the best anime of summer 2024 goes to none other than the Fable.
Hey! We all picked the Fable.
Woo!
You
Yeah,
get a
clean sweep.
Fable. You get a Fable.
Everyone gets a Fable. Oprah.
Clean sweep. Clean sweep. So the Fable was a manga. I actually, I think I read it 2 years ago, if I'm 2 or a year ago. Um, and it's weird because my experience with the manga was that I wasn't enjoying it in the beginning, like the very, very beginning of it. But as I kept going on with it, and I started to like, well, okay, let me revise that. Part of why I didn't like it is because of the translations I was reading, which were bad. They the translations
That'll do it.
the translations I was reading, they had, and I knew at this point is when I knew I needed to stop and look for other translations. There was a scene where Akira's listening to an album, right? And in a manga, he was listening to Mask Off by Future. And I went, what the fuck? He went, Mask
Mask Off.
Off. Fuck it, Mask Off. I said, he's not listening to fucking Future. I said,
That Percocet.
yeah, he was doing that. I could probably find a panel, but he was listening to Mask Off by Future. And I was like, wait, I said, no, these translations aren't right. Something's not. I don't know how deep I got into the manga, but after that, I said, "All right, I'm not reading this."
Jason's check.
Oh, so after that, I read the actual translations, and I think the story got better and better. Around the time like where what we finished of the Fable, like this arc with Otsubo, that's when I realized, man, this manga's pretty good. You know, it's nothing like crazy out there, but I think it's just it plays its role. It's really good with the comedy. The characters are very interesting, and it just kept me engaged all the way throughout. And Akira as a lead is also interesting because you get like an assassin type of character. I don't think you expect someone like Akira, who you may have stoic characters, but Akira is almost like a robot. But the story is about, it's not about Akira being badass, but trying to like live as a normal person, which I thought was interesting. So yeah, man, the story always kept me engaged. And going into the anime, it was pretty much 1-to-1. So what I got from the manga is what I got from the anime. So I was thoroughly impressed.
Yeah. For me, The Fable is another anime that I just truly loved for being just unique. I love, and I'm always a fan of animes that focus on the characters who are adults and they actually act like adults. It's crazy to see an anime that pulls it off. Because sometimes you'll get animes where they don't necessarily act like adults; they still act like teenagers. I'm looking at you, rent a girl butt. Yeah,
That's accurate.
it's
technically.
crazy. Yeah, but here, even though they still have the same anime quirks, which all anime has those quirks, and we'll never escape those, but they still, for the most part, are adults, and they'll treat, like, they'll have critical thinking and go, you know what, we should go about it this way. Yeah, the Fable may not have had the best animation, but I definitely feel like the story is what kept it going. Because if it wasn't for the story and if it wasn't for the characters, I feel like this would have been yet another series that would have fell under the radar. And it sounds like it's starting to get some praise. The fact that it's got an 8 on Mal is really good. Very, like, I was expecting a rating like that for the Fable, but yeah, this is yet another one of these series that you suggested, Sasuke, that I'm glad you did, because I would have never watched this series if it wasn't for KOA.
Yeah, this is another Satsuki W. I'm glad as well because this is God, I just love the cast. I love the drama. I love Akira. I think he's just such a quirky dude, and like he's kind of dull, but I don't know, he has this way to draw things out of people. He's got that Toru Honda kind of thing going on, where he can really just make he's kind of like boring, but as a person, but he makes things so interesting for how quirky and outside of the box he thinks, because he's this fucking genius that doesn't have any social skills to speak of, and you don't really even understand what he's thinking because he has no facial expression. So whatever he does, it's always like this kind of shocking thing. Also, he kind of looks like Hank Hill, so there's that.
Hey,
He sells propane and propane accessories.
My name's Akira, and I sell propane and propane accessories.
Would Yoko be Peggy?
No, because that was his wife. If anything, that would have to be some kind of sister, but I don't know if Hank ever had a sister. Maybe Luann.
Yeah, Luann. And then, that's a good one. Yeah, Luann. And then, why are we even talking about this? Who cares? The Fable, yeah, it's just great. I loved every second of it. And this was a toss-up for me between the Fable and Oshinoko, but I went, no, it's got to be the Fable because we're never going to watch the Fable again, possibly. So, going to give it its flowers while we still can. Otherwise, I probably would have picked Oshinoko because it relates a lot to me. But yeah, the Fable, absolutely. Just a killer anime. If you haven't seen it yet, what the hell are you doing? We've been talking about it for the past 6 months. I don't think we ever killed an episode once.
No.
Nope.
No, I don't think so.
It's awesome. It's an awesome show. Go check it out, please. And I heard there's a live action, so I want to watch it just to see what it's like.
That is probably like the only live action I would anticipate watching of an anime.
The thing is like, I think this story works in any medium.
I think it could work in live action. I definitely could see that.
Yeah, it'd be yeah. So I kind of can't wait to check the live action out whenever I can. But yeah, that is the king of anime for summer 2024. It is Le Fable, and well earned indeed. So now that we've got the awards through with, we don't have any viewer questions this week. We don't have any news to go through. Oh, wait, we do.
What?
We're going to announce all that we're watching for the fall 2024 season right here, live on the podcast. So I guess we're going to take turns picking our locks, and there's only one anime this season that is not a lock-in. So I think I should be the first one to announce that one, and then we'll go from there. We'll probably end with Nakama Club and the KOA specials. So I honestly gave no thought about this. I have just picking it. Honestly, I probably wouldn't have otherwise, but I was really tired today, and we had to make an announcement, so we had to lock him in. So I just went, fuck it. I am picking Dawn to Dawn. Now, this is not a lock. The reason it is not a lock is not because we're anticipating it's bad or that we're not going to watch it or like it. Well, yeah, kind of actually. Satsuki.
They're afraid of me.
I'm afraid he's going to pick apart my favorite show of all time. No. I'm just sort of on the fence about locking this one in because I don't want to lock something in when someone on the show has been vocal about not, vibing with something. So I want to be fair. And honestly, I don't think, if this podcast was any other day, I don't think I would have even picked this, if I'm being honest. So, you're lucky, viewers, You're lucky. If you're
I'm
lucky.
excited to watch it though.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't wait. Should be fun.
I'm excited too.
Who wants to go next?
I would have.
I'll go next. I'll save you, Satsuki. I have locked in. Well, should I talk about the one that's returning?
I think
We're-
C should.
Okay. I'll do my lock. I'll do my lock then. My lock for this season is an anime original called Niga Posey Angler. I hope that's how you say it.
It's probably
But-
like nega, like
Okay.
negative, because I
I'll
think
just-
it's negative positive. So like
Okay,
nega posy, nega
Yeah.
posy.
Isn't there
I'll
like a
say that
character
to
in Deadpool
make it.
that had like a name similar to that?
Uh,
The goth
I think they were
chick?
called like Negapool or something. Like they were the opposite of Deadpool. Anyway, it's about fishing. It's about college students, more adult, and it looks like a wacky, zany kind of slice of life with pretty decent looking animation. So that's my lock.
Mm.
Nagi Posey Angler. And it's kind of funny, like this. If you look at the synopsis, which if you want to look it up, you definitely can. But pretty much, for some reason, this guy's running from people that he owes money to, and like I don't know if he's like running from debt collectors that are trying to break his legs, or they throw him out to sea because he didn't pay him money. But he somehow ends up in the wonderful world of fishing because of that. So. I don't see a penis line golf girls situation, but I certainly hope not. Sasuke, what's your luck?
Yeah, what do you got, Satsuki?
Don't hey, come on, turn around.
It's okay.
Turn
It's
around.
okay.
Hey, come here.
So
At least we're not watching I shaved a girlfriend and became a high schooler or whatever.
I shaved
mean-
and all of a sudden I took it a high school runaway.
this one is So I picked an anime called Suma Show.
Wait, no,
That-
what's the
that's the-
English name?
Oh, it has an English name. Let me see. Oh, um, so I picked a little show. And I think the important thing here before I say this is to not judge people or not to judge things by their appearance. You know, like that shitty looking store may contain a whole bunch of like great treasures and like cool knickknacks, you know, or like I don't know that girl that mean mugs you at work might actually be sweet inside. And I don't. That's not a sex joke.
Or a cannibalism joke.
So keep that in mind before I say my pick. My pick is none other than a little show called If My Wife Becomes an Elementary School Student.
What was that? Was that?
I'm sorry, you cut in and out?
If My Wife Becomes an Elementary School Student.
You what?
Oh. I saw the trailer for it like I don't know, like a month or two ago. And I remember you telling me about this. It's very interesting. The name itself definitely suggests it to be something completely different. But I think we deserve to give Satsuki a shot because he has never led us astray so far.
That's not true.
Okay. He did give us that shaving one. You're right. We literally just talked about it, but come on, one out of like a million that you've done really well with.
No, my first pick was
We don't talk about that. We
Akane
don't talk about that first season.
Yeah, that
We don't
that first
acknowledge.
season we all had shitty picks.
who picked Slime? I mean, Slime. C picked
It's
Slime.
probably me. It was probably
It was-
the final vestiges of my isekai kick.
Right,
That
you were
was
just
like the only show we were watching at some point. Oh man, but for full disclosure, the reason I'm picking this show because I normally wouldn't have picked the show just based on the title itself, but apparent fans who have read this manga have stated that this manga isn't as weird as the title suggests, and that it's actually very heartwarming and heart wrenching. So it is. It's not, at least from what I've been told, it's not supposed to be like this weird lolicon fetish thing going on here. It's supposed to be something else. So I guess we'll see. We'll see if it's as weird as the title suggests. Can't hurt to try.
Yeah, experimental.
Actually, it might hurt to try. I might get put on like some list.
We all may. Who knows?
You may be getting knocked. Yeah, we all may be getting a knock on the door at the exact same time reviewing this episode. Just
Hey, we're gonna be a part of a
FBI,
different.
open up.
We're gonna be part of a different Nakama club.
Oh my
Oh.
god! No, my door. I gotta keep my door open when we
not
watch
the
it.
door. Not the door that has been secretly replaced. I'm watching.
I'm gonna open my door whenever the raid comes through. Let them have it.
I mean, you know it's going to be a conspiracy when JD Vance comes out and he's like, "Listen, we don't know if Satsuki's door is real." Once we get him on it, we'll know.
Oh my god.
So I guess this was originally my pick. The kind of like my wife became an elementary student in a way, except for I don't want to make those connections in my head. So we're gonna forget about what I just said. A year ago, I made a Hail Mary, just kind of like a random throw it out there, like Rurouni Kenshin. Yeah, it's by like a disgusting human being that's done some vile, truly evil, repulsive, horrible, undeniably inhumane things. Got caught, got charged with it, is the thing he is, and got a slap on the wrist. And he doesn't deserve anything. In fact, the fact he's actually continuing Rurouni Kenshin apparently in Shonen Jump or whatever is abhorrent to me and should not happen.
Oh, you didn't see the more recent thing that happened?
Oh, what happened?
Rurouni Kenshin was having it was celebrating his 30th anniversary. And it's supposed to get like a color illustration. And 38 mangaka were like, celebrating it. So it's like a whole bunch.
Tite Kubo wasn't a part of it.
Yeah, I mean, like, because everybody, I hate the fact that they're doing this because it's like anybody that's affiliated with him is also that, and that's just going too far.
Right.
But
their culture is different than ours. It's a whole like, for them, it's a whole like honor thing, respect your elders, kind of like.
Yeah, I mean, they're you can argue that they're celebrating the mangaka in what they're doing, but I mean, I think it's just an appreciation for a manga that may have like impacted them and maybe even inspired them to be mangaka, and they're just celebrating the 30 years that it's been here. But like a whole bunch of mangaka were celebrated, and whole list of names were on there. A lot of creators. Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. Rurouni Kenshin, season 2. It's returning with the Kyoto disturbance arc, and just like how those artists were like, hey, we're gonna be a part of this thing celebrating Rurouni Kenshin. I quite enjoyed season 1. I thought it was very solid, very consistent, very good. So why not continue it? Why kill it off? Even with all the controversy that is surrounding it, it is a story that is good. It's a story that has historical significance, and despite the author's evil intentions on the people of this world, and should not be defended in any way, the story's good. It's thoughtful and it teaches you some things about history. So yeah, we're gonna be talking about Rurouni Kenshin Season 2 on the show. Cancel us, Twitter. Do it. You're a bunch of bots. You won't anyways.
I heard this was like the arc in Rurouni Kenshin. Like, you know how like every story has like the arc that everybody loves.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure the villain that we saw, we didn't really see him, but he was like at the tail end of the season. I heard like that's the whenever you look up like the best villains. I don't know if this is a shonen, but like the best villains. I think it is a shonen. So like best shonen villains. I'm pretty sure he's the villain that we're going to see is a part of that conversation.
That's awesome. Can't wait
Yeah.
to see. Now, we are going to be covering Uzumaki on the show. It instead will be a part of a special episode that will get its own podcast because it is only 4 episodes, and it is a special occasion where we are seeing quite possibly history be made with Uzumaki getting a good adaptation. So that probably deserves its own thing. And plus, it's just a significant piece of art in the horror and suspense drama genre that we need to, I think, give it its own little, flowers. Because we'll probably never talk about Junji Ito again. We'll see, though. And finally, it's official, you guys. Satsuki, lay it out for him. I mean, I'll do the technical stuff, but,
Whew. Nakama Club, baby. We're watching this little show, very obscure show that I'm pretty sure a lot of people haven't heard of, but we want, us being the KOA podcast and being like the benevolent people we are, wanted to give it a lot more attention. So we're going to talk about it on the Nakama Club. It's a longer show, so I'm pretty sure we're going to figure out how to split the episodes up so it won't take the entirety of the year, because it really could. So the anime that we're going to be covering for Nakama Club this time around is none other than, again, little show called Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Wow.
what's that?
I don't know. They
I've
just
heard
told me it was good.
I heard many good things about it. And I think this all started, like this whole conversation even began, was because I said I never saw Brotherhood. And both you and C were like, oh, we got to get on that.
Yeah.
So I guess you could say I kind of started this by accident.
So as for the technical aspects I was speaking of before, I personally kind of talked with the guys, and I was like, hey, what I want to do is after we get done streaming these things, our segments or whatever on the episode, we take that segment out of the podcast, and I will edit it down into a video and post it as a sort of pseudo stream highlight. So not only will you guys be getting the live version, but you will be getting a more heavily edited version with maybe some special stuff in it. Who knows? Who knows what I'll do? I felt like, this is a good thing to do because it's, 60-something episodes? What's the exact number? Does anyone know?
64, I think.
64?
Yeah.
So we're going to get over, a year and then some of content to finally be uploaded to the actual KOA channel. And hopefully the idea is that this will allow people this will get the channel into the algorithm, because streaming isn't a good vehicle for discovery on YouTube. It's horrible, as you can see. And we are going to do that and provide some weekly content. Now, it won't be immediately. There will be probably like a delay, just because give us some leniency to work with. Who knows? We may not talk about it on some weeks. Give us, who knows? Who knows what the deal may be? So, EA may be out that week, or Satsuki, or I may be out that week. So it won't be immediately, just to give us a little bit of breathing room, a little bit of a cushion. But yeah, look forward to that. So it'll be happening every week, starting probably in November. But other than that, I have a crazy, redonkulous question for EA.
I don't know where the real door is, okay? They won't tell me.
I don't know.
Where can they find you?
You can find me over at me channel, everything animated. It's something obscure. You guys wouldn't know anything about that, would you? I mean, my channel is almost at 600 subs, which is crazy to think. I really need to get my ass into the algorithm, so to speak. So I'll get myself back on that. We got ourselves a blue sky. It's a blue sky. Please create one and make it. Follow us. It's basically just like Twitter without the bots. And we have a Patreon. We did talk about the Patreon a little bit when it comes to the Pokemon and the future shows, which include SpongeBob and possibly one about Balls of a Dragon. Just something to look forward to. I also have a Twitch. Maybe possibly we'll do some this weekend. Really just depends on my busy schedule. I tend to do it and sometimes I don't, but yeah, you can catch me on all those platforms. See you next week, y'all.
Satsuki.
You can find me on my main channel, Satsuki the Savage, as well as my other channel, Satsuki the Gamer and Satsuki the Reactor. I may upload Resero content on there, but I'm not entirely sure because I know Katakawa from the guys, and I know they don't play, especially doing live reactions.
Listen, I can hook you up.
I think I'm gonna figure something out because
I got the folders. I can help with that. You may have to use a computer, some editing software, but I can hook you up.
I think I know how to, because I've had to do the whole I don't know if I told you guys this actually about like what I had to do for my JoJo live reactions. But I think I figured out like exactly what I need to do for live reactions on YouTube. I'm still not set on uploading those to YouTube. I'm definitely going to do it on Twitch. So Twitch, Satsuki the Savage, definitely going to be live reacting to Resero probably every Friday. And I got to do the last episode of Oshinoko. But other than that, usually on the weekends I'm streaming. Always Saturday, but Sunday is kind of in the wind with the football season. But you can catch me 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time while I play an array of games for a very long time. So you could always tap in. You could ask the guys. There have been people who have literally slept and woke up to me still streaming.
That's incredible. I literally have no excuse not to catch your streams now.
Nobody does. Unless
I
you're
get
dead.
your stream.
If you're dead, then I'll give you a pass.
Well, he's dead. Well, oh well. I guess I'll forgive him this time.
I'll let it slide, perhaps. But yeah, that's where you can find me.
Well, as for me, I did nothing today in particular. But Monday I came out with, on my second channel, a video on the new Don chapter. Then the same day, I think as well, I did a recap of Bleach: The Thousand Year Blood War Part 2. And definitely check that video out if you want to hear my voice deteriorate. It's like a 30-minute video. And I'm just saying, Yuhabaha, Volstendich. I'm just saying a bunch of just fucking stuff. And I'm trying my damnedest. Yeah, I've given it my all. And by the end of it, like, literally, you can tell I'm straining. Just to get out sounds. It's hilarious. Then the day after that, on my Bento channel, I had a new Chainsaw Man video. That's it. I think. This tomorrow is my first episode of the Attack on Titan Rewind, because I'm like, you know what? I got like 100,000 AOT people watching me. We might as well just start the series over. And just, you know, for the people that want to, like, it's not there to get views or anything like that. It's just there for, you know, people that never see me cover the first 3 seasons of the series. So, and then Friday is the first episode of Dawn to Dawn, which I will be covering, no doubt. And then Saturday is Bleach: The Thousand Year Blood War Part 3, which I will be covering every week. So, I'm dying. I'm gonna die.
Damn.
And then the day after that, on Sunday, I'll be talking about Kagurabachi. Finally. Fucking finally. Only took 5 weeks. But other than that, thanks everyone for coming out. We all greatly appreciate it. I greatly appreciate it. And we'll talk to you all on Monday. Bye-bye.
Jenny.
Later.